telling me that guy's a creepy yandere who's gonna cut off my legs? No way, not that guy. That guy? I like that guy. We can trust that guy. We can totally trust that guy. Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Espa, and today I'd like to play a mini demo of the game, Your Dearest Boyfriend. Ooh, I like this cursor. That's a cute cursor. Ah. What is your name? Why you gotta say it like that with the shaky text? I am Espoir. It means hope in French. Espoir. No. No? What is your real name? I can't tell you that. I mean, it's not a big secret, but I just don't go around saying it. I see. Thank you. Espoir. Be quiet. The name Espoir means a lot to me. It may as well be my real name. Once you wake up, nothing will be like before. Do you still want to continue? It'll take a lot more than that to scare me away. Sure. Very well. Just be careful. Nothing is what it seems. Uh-oh. Oh, man. Oh, man. Okay, that wasn't so bad. What the heck was that? It was like some kind of visual novel opening. What an odd dream. I stared up at the ceiling, thinking of what I just dreamt, trying to make sense out of it. Perhaps I ate too much last night. Too much white cheddar popcorn. Never mind. Anyway, I have to get ready for work. Oh, what a cute room. There's probably cameos all over the place. I don't know what they are. Check the trash can. Always check the trash can. It's a trash can filled to the brim with crumpled balls of paper. Let's just say that sometimes ideas don't flow the way I'd like them to. Mother Nature must be sick of me. I wish I could have a little garden or something to make up for all the paper I've wasted. What's on my pooter? My pooter. There are a couple of sheets scattered all over the table. They're full of stickers and drawings of all kinds that I once did in my free time. I love my work table. This is where I do my drawing commissions, sell my merch, and talk to my clients. It's more complicated than it seems, but at least it's something I enjoy doing. Oh, what is that? That is precious. I want one. The special limited edition figurines from my favorite show, Split Hearts. Cute. Ever since I moved out from my parents' house, this show has become my new comfort series. Each one represents a different aspect of how they show their love based on their respective color. Aww. We have the hater, the cheater, the fan, and the friend. I still need to get the fifth one. Frickin' purple. One day you'll be mine, even if you're not part of the canon. No purple? Alright. Get ready for work, alright. Clothes? When opening the closet, I could only see a few coats and some pairs of shoes. Overall, there's not a lot. Just moths, dust, plus an old poster of one of my favorite rock bands. No cops on Pride. Hot. Alright, now what do I need to do? Mom, incoming call. Yes? You'll have to wait until chapter... Okay, this is just a taste. This is just a dip in the sauce of the full game. Fluff, it's already 11:15 a.m.? Merde, I'm late for work. Did I put my pants on? Did I get some pants? Already the art in this is lovely. On top of the table there was a dish that smelled particularly good. I could see a pair of strawberries with some French toast, lightly drizzled in honey. Ooh! And beside it, a large cup of coffee. Despite being in a hurry, I couldn't help but be tempted by the smell of the food. Should I eat it? Oh, why, yes. Why, yes, absolutely. It would be a shame, a crime, to leave that sitting there. I pick up my fork and start eating quickly. Although I couldn't stop for long to appreciate its flavor, I could taste a touch of cinnamon that made my mouth melt. Lizzie? It is very delicious, but who's Lizzie? Thanks, Lizzie. God, it's so good. Thanks, Lizzie. You're the best. I could eat this all day. Her food has always been the best thing I've ever tasted in my life. But I think I should head out this time, or I'll definitely get fired. I gotta go out and make the bread so Lizzie can cook it. Merde. I have to hurry. I ran through the corridors until I reached the elevator and pressed the button to go to the ground floor. Wait, that said 93 and 94. Are we? How high up are we? That's how I come into work screaming. I'm finally here. Man, thanks to the traffic, I got here even later than I expected. But hey, it's better to be late than never. Although at this point, I don't think they'd want me working here anymore. I entered the diner with a hurried step, hoping they haven't decided to send me on a permanent holiday. I'm here, the party can start! Upon arrival, the smell of fried eggs, coffee, and freshly made pancakes greeted me like a warm hug to my nose. Wow, it seems like today's going to be a rough day. There are more customers than usual. I quickly noticed how a group of people were intently watching the news. Huh? Thank you. Ow, that one hurt. I quickly noticed how a group of people were intently watching the news. Many of them crowded the corner. It was as if they were hypnotized by the TV. How weird. Oh my gosh, they're so hot. Oh my gosh, they're so cool. Hey! Good morning, I said as naturally as possible. However, I couldn't help but feel my nerves spiking whenever their scowling stare was on me. Blush. Crap, I'm gonna get scolded, aren't I?
Could you come later next time?
Ouch. I'm sorry. I couldn't refrain from feeling guilty. After all, they have every right to be mad at me for being this late. I guess I should just clock in right now. Oh, I was hoping to hear more of their beautiful voice. No need. Ah, jeez.
If they paid me $1 for every time I had to save your skin,
you'd be a millionaire.
I'd be a millionaire by now.
Didn't know they'd even say that. Oh wait, what does that mean about me? Aw, that's why I adore you. You are the best. I smile in relief as I give them a fist bump.
Yeah, whatever. Go change and get to work.
Okay. That was the last thing they said before patting me on the head and heading to the kitchen to get back to work. Ever since I came to the city and started working here... Oh, is that TK? My goodness. My goodness, that's TK? TK became my BFF and my personal guardian angel. At least, that's what they call themselves every time they remind me of all the things they've done for me. They love bragging about it every now and then, especially when it comes to things that have gotten me off the hook. I have to admit they can be annoying, but they're very friendly and don't have bad intentions. I would even say that it's that air of arrogance they have to them that makes them very interesting. Furthermore, they seem to have complicated feelings towards me saying their name. Tayyib? Kaler? Cool. It's a very pretty name. They don't seem to mind when others say it, but whenever I do, they just end up getting flustered for some reason. So in order to avoid causing them stress, I simply started calling them TK. However, it's become really fun to watch their reaction whenever I do decide to call them by their proper name, especially when they least expect it. I let out a sigh as I thought back to everything I've lived through with TK by my side in this short span of time I've spent in this place. And without getting lost in my thoughts any further, I began to get changed in the break room, putting on the same old striped uniform with the same old stained apron, mentally preparing myself to take today's orders. Before getting back to work, should I talk to TK? Yes. Hey, I recognize that headband. Oh, TK. Small talk at work doesn't hurt anyone, right? Besides, I'm already late. Does it really matter if I take a bit more time? Is there something particular airing on the TV? Yeah, that seems kind of suspicious. Hey, is something in particular airing on TV? I see there's a lot of people watching it this morning. Haven't you seen the news? Several people have been missing in the area for a couple of months now, and the disappearances have been increasing by the minute. God, seriously? Mm-hmm. No one knows who's been causing it. The strange thing is that the victims have disappeared without taking anything at all. All their respective belongings were found intact in their homes. Their money, credit cards, even their cell phones. They left everything behind. The police still can't find a logical reason why, and it doesn't seem like they're making any progress in the case. Even the mayor advises for everyone to be more cautious late at night, and that if someone sees something out of the ordinary, to please report it immediately to the authorities. I remembered why I don't watch the news. Hearing about these kinds of things makes me feel very paranoid and anxious, drowned by a heavy feeling of impotence. As if at any moment someone was ready to kidnap me or something worse, and it doesn't matter what I tried to do to survive. It would be impossible to defend myself.
Foreshadowing.
Not with that attitude. Either way, I think I should change the subject for now, before I linger too much on it and end up paying the price when I try to get some rest later tonight. So, how is everything? Hey, how's it going?
Oh, well, wonderful.
Don't be like that. I already told you I was sorry. I know. I accept your apologies, especially now that I see you here and not taking care of the customers like you usually would. I just wanted to say hello.
At least you're here now, and that's all that matters.
I have to admit that chatting with you makes work a lot more bearable, and that's all that matters. Aww. Did you buy your car yet? What's with that face? So, did you buy your car yet? Not exactly. But I almost have enough money for the first payment of my pre-owned car. And when I finally have that sweet baby in my hands, I'll take you for a ride whenever you want. Wow. You'll take me for free? That's too kind of you. Thanks. Who said it was free? Ouch. Have mercy on my wallet. They are so cute. Yeah, why aren't you wearing your uniform? Hey, why aren't you wearing your work uniform? What do you think, you're too special to wear like the rest of us mere mortals? Yes. Actually, I'm wearing this just for you, Espa. Thank you. What, you don't like it? I thought you were into this kind of thing. I never said that. Oh, don't play dumb. You know you love it. I mean, you do look pretty good, I guess. You know who would really love it? Your mom. Well, at least I have a mom. Ow. Too far, buddy. We started laughing as I dramatically clutched at my chest in faux pain. Nah, but for real though, why aren't you wearing it? Oh, well, yesterday after work, I was working on that mural I told you about down the street and forgot I was still wearing my uniform. Oh boy. Yeah, Phil didn't like it one bit, and I had to take a trip down to the dry cleaner. Well, at least you're lucky you're friends with the owner. If it was me, he'd probably take it off my paycheck. I'm telling you, if you spend more time with him, you'll see he's actually a pretty chill dude. Have any plans for tomorrow? So, you have any plans for tomorrow?
If you're not too busy, could we go out tomorrow?
Sure, but I think that might put your life in danger. This is a whole different Yandere we're dealing with here. I'm not familiar with your dearest boyfriend. I've only seen pictures. Go out? Why? I asked playfully, to tease them a little bit. I love seeing TK's reactions, simply because they were so unique that I couldn't stop myself from taunting them every chance I could possibly find. They look so cute when they blush. Well, because you owe me one. I mean, after saving your buns this entire morning, it's the least a decent person could do, don't you think? Okay, fair enough. Can you stop reminding me that already? Despite it being a bad joke, they were right. If it wasn't for TK, I probably would have been fired by now. I truly owe them a lot. Yeah, if I've been late this many times. And also because we haven't gone out in a long time. That was very sweet. But should I accept? Yes, no, what would Lizzie do? What would Lizzie do? Yes. Alright, that sounds fair. Should we meet up tomorrow at 8? It's a date. I smiled a bit more as I felt a slight warmth begin to invade my face, warming my cheeks and making me burst out into a laugh that was weirder than usual. I tried not to show my excitement, though at this point it was impossible to hide it.
Well, these pancakes won't serve themselves.
So, get to work. Coming right up. I let out a giggle before I took one of the small notepads on the counter and started pacing towards the tables to wait on the customers. However, I couldn't stop thinking of TK. They're a really good person. Maybe if everything turns out alright, we could be more than just friends in the future. Well, here we go again, with the fake smiles and tedious interactions with the same old regular faces I see every day, for the sole chance of earning a penny. Minutes feel like hours, as I took orders on autopilot just to not deal with the crap attitude of some customers. At that point, I had switched my brain off just to make time pass faster. Yet when I snapped back to my senses, not even half an hour had gone by. Ugh! I hate this job. It's so boring. Even though a lot of eerie things happen in this place, somehow nothing interesting ever happens in this diner. And then on this day, something interesting happened. Why did that frighten me? Why did that give me a frighten? Nonetheless, that thought flew out the window when a very peculiar man came through the door, ringing the bell that woke me from my trance. He was tall, slim, well-dressed, and wore round glasses, and had long, curly, dull-orange hair. The moment he walked into the diner, he caught the attention of almost everyone there, clearly spellbound by his presence. The man took a seat at the counter booth of the restaurant, completely alone and with a red book in hand. I should go take his order. Are there no other waitresses?
Hello!
Here comes the man. Hello, adult man. Welcome, taxpayer.
He's so cute! He's so cute! I've only seen him in pictures and usually in other languages, but oh my god, I don't even know dude's name. He's so cute! The stranger said with such familiarity that I couldn't help but smile instantly. Hello, welcome to King Street Diner, where you dine like a king. What can I get for you today?
Could you give me a coffee with milk, but with more milk than coffee, and a cheesecake?
That sounds good.
Please?
I'll take to go. I'll bring it here in a minute, I exclaimed with a smile as I quickly wrote on the notepad. It's really odd that I've never seen him before. All things considered, this is a small town where everyone knows each other. I've been working here long enough to know that this person came from somewhere else. I'm itching to know more about him, but I should be cautious. Yeah, are you new here? Where you from, blood? So tell me, you're new here, right?
Yes. In fact, I just moved here.
Oh, really?
Let's say it's for a matter of, business.
Yeah, sure. I'm just a waitress, it's none of my business.
But it's a secret.
Oh, you're a hired assassin. Actually, I don't know. I don't know anything about this guy. You'll see it soon. For now, it's just groundwork we're doing in town. Oh, so he's mysterious. Can I help you with anything else, sir? Well, you could give me
Your number.
Huh? Oh no! I couldn't help but stutter when I heard him say that in such a flirty way. He's a little forward, but he seems polite too. I better think twice about what I'm going to say. I wouldn't want to cause a scene by not playing along with a client's flirting. Oh, well, I don't know. I mean, I would, but giving your number to a total stranger could be dangerous, don't you think?
No, right. Where are my manners? My name is Victor.
Aw, Victor.
Victor Anderson.
Why you gotta say it like that? And I can bet on everything I own that your name is the one on your chest, he said while peering down at the name tag on my uniform with a mischievous smile. I unconsciously covered it with both of my hands, causing him to let out a small chuckle. We're not strangers anymore. See?
What a smoothie. He's definitely a smoothie.
All right. I'll admit I slipped up there, but I'll take it. While he's technically right, I can't help but hesitate on giving in to his request. I mean, he's cute and seems sure of himself, but he's still a stranger.
So, what do you say?
Ooh. Alright, for a second I thought some shenanigans were going to occur. He's so cute! You're telling me that guy's a creepy yandere who's gonna cut off my legs? No way, not that guy. That guy? I like that guy. We can trust that guy. We can totally trust that guy. Hey there, pre-recorded Espa here, and I have 30 seconds of your time. Want me to draw your OCs? Check out my Ko-fi page for art commissions as low as $20. Link in the description. Every week I post a Saturday update blog on both of my Patreons and now also my YouTube channel members. With behind-the-scenes stuff, upcoming games I want to play, life stuff, old lady stuff, and pictures of Daisy. Link in the description. Want to see the full uncensored versions of gameplays I can't show on this channel? Join my adult Patreon for the low price of $1 and being over the age of 18. And then do you yearn to wear merch of a super obscure free visual novel? Check out my TeePublic and Teespring t-shirt store. Descriptions are in link. Want to support my channel but you have no money? Hit the like button or subscribe. It's free. That's right, free. We're just giving it away. Check out my itch.io page. Play Picture Perfect Boyfriend. It's free. Link in the description. I don't know if anything will change. Probably not, because this is a mini demo. This is a demo of a demo. But, what if I don't eat that that seems sacrilege. That seems sacrilege to not eat that delicious French toast with honey and strawberries. Exactly, Victor. Exactly. We need to eat it. Even Victor's like, you're not gonna leave that on the table, are you? It's very delicious. God, it's so good. I could eat this all day, but I think I should head out this time, or I'll definitely get fired. What if I don't talk to TK? Is that allowed? Well, here we go again, with the fake smiles and tedious interactions with the same old regular faces I see every day, for the sole chance of earning a penny. A crumb of a tip, please! What would Lizzie do? What would Lizzie do? A date or something? Well, yeah, a date. Oh, well, I don't really know what to say. Normally to avoid a situation like this, I'd shield myself by saying I have a lot of pending work, like college stuff or my commissions, and even if it's not necessarily false, to use such a cheap excuse on someone like TK would be a new low for me, especially after how kind they've been. Although I don't dislike the idea of going out with TK, but I'm also not interested in going on a date with them at the moment. I don't even understand myself. Merde! What would Lizzie do in my place? Surely she'd say something silly to not think about it too much, and would tell me to just hook up with them. And I'd playfully reply, am I sitting here pondering this while they're staring at me? And I'd playfully reply by remarking that I'm not as promiscuous as she is. Then she'd try to prove to me that she's not the type of person at all, and we'd end up arguing over who's in the right for the rest of the night. To put it plainly, it'd be a huge waste of time. But at least it would keep me distracted for a while. Before my mind could continue drifting away, TK's voice pulled me back to reality. Hey, if you don't want to, you don't have to accept. No, it's not that. It's just, I was just going in an inner monologue. I don't know if I want to go out on a date right now. Like, on a date in general? Or on a date with me? No, with no one in general, I think. Well, it doesn't necessarily have to be a date. We could just go as friends. If that would make you feel more comfortable. Oh, well, actually, my mind keeps wandering back to Lizzie's advice. Lizzie's probably going, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Spoken with her warm voice, which encouraged me to take a risk for once in my life, all while cupping my cheeks in her hands and letting me know that no matter what happens, she'll always be there to support me. You know what? Maybe I could try being more like her. What do you mean, Espa? What if we just see how things go for us, and if or when the time comes, we just go with the flow? Wait, I don't understand. So, you do want to go on a date with me? Not exactly. Let's just say that tomorrow we'll go out, have some fun together, and depending on how everything turns out, well, we could take, certain liberties. It's like a yes, but not really, kind of like a maybe, but not entirely. Okay, that doesn't really answer my question, but sure. TK seems to hesitate a bit, but in the end, simply accepted. Maybe because that way they'd still get that date they've been craving for so long. I smiled in a slightly uncomfortable way and tried to change the topic. Well, those pancakes won't serve themselves, will they? I mean, 1, we'd be out of business if they did, and 2, that would be horrifying. How about we get back to work? Yeah, you're right. But before you go, what time should we meet up? How about, 8, maybe? 8. Got it. I let out a sigh before I took one of the small notepads on the counter and started pacing towards the tables to wait on the customers. However, I couldn't stop thinking about Lizzie. Would she be okay with my decision? I don't want to disappoint her. She means a lot to me, and I wouldn't want her to think I'm taking advantage of TK or using them to fill some kind of empty void in my life. Well, here we go again, with the fake smiles and tedious interactions with the same old regular faces I see every day. You're not taking advantage of TK, they like this, they want this. What if I outright reject TK? Like, no, I kind of like not going on dates and being in my house and playing Pal World. I would love that, TK, but I have a lot of homework to catch up on, and I really can't take a break right now. I'm really sorry. Maybe we could try next time. What do you think?
Oh, I see.
Okay, I get it.
Aww.
Well, if you're free anytime soon, you know where to find me.
Okay, this is getting awkward.
Well, these pancakes won't serve themselves. So get back to work. Or we could teach the pancakes to serve themselves.
However, I couldn't stop thinking about TK. I'm genuinely so sorry, TK. If it were up to me, I would go out with you, no doubt, but I still have a lot of responsibilities to take care of. Well, here we go again.
They have their notepad and they're just zombie walking throughout the whole store going, all around me are familiar faces, worn out place.
He was, without a doubt, very attractive, since I wasn't the only person who followed him with their gaze the moment he walked into the diner.
Oh, so now do we find Victor more attractive because we rejected TK? What's that book for? That book is also in the title screen. Man, he's cute. Oh no. Are we more flirty because we rejected TK?
Could you give me a coffee with milk, but with more milk than coffee, and a cheesecake, please?
Who is the voice actor? Who is the voice actor?
I'll bring it here in a minute, I exclaimed while I shakily wrote on the notepad, as this man's kindness took me by surprise, making me blush lightly. Oh no, we're feeling even more flirty. Okay, sir, we've got a coffee with milk, but with more milk than coffee, and a cheesecake. Is there anything else you'd like?
Your number.
Okay. Well, this was just a mini demo. A mini demo. I like that. Now, I've heard of Your Dearest Boyfriend for a long time in the Your Boyfriend fandom, but I think either I couldn't find who the original creator of it was, or it was in another language, so I know next to nothing about this character. I don't know what he do. I don't know why he do. I don't know he do. I don't know what his deal is, but I really like his design, and he's very cute, so I will look forward to this game. But if you would like to follow the developer too, there is a link in the description to this game. And of course, heed the warnings. This game is meant for adults only. This game is meant for people over the age of 18. And if you are over the age of 18, please do read the warnings, because I think this is going to get dark.
What, that guy? Well, you don't trust that guy back there? He's got a naturally trustable face. What, do you think he's got malicious intent? Are you reading bad signals off of that? Off of those eyes? You think those would be the kind of eyes to peer into yours, coldly and motionless, as he strangled you in your sleep? No, he's not that kind of guy. He's a good guy.
But for now, Victor seems nice. I like Victor. He's cool. And if you would like to watch me play more amazing visual novels, feel free to peruse my channel. And don't forget to like, subscribe, or interact in any way that's comfortable for you, because that helps my channel grow up big and strong and soon to reach 100,000 subscribers. But until next time, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Take care of yourself, have a great night, and remember, there is always hope.